put your hands together for Mr. Guruprakash for his keynote session, keynote address, or the journey of how Xobin is built. And we're eagerly looking forward to listen from you, sir.
We've been building this company for 9 years. So it conceived as a idea. And this was back when we finished our college, So me and Amrit were pretty young, actually. And we graduated from SRM University. It's definitely not IIT. So back in 2015, 2016, if you're graduated from IIT, you will get funding. But if you're graduated from a non-IIT, non-NIT, Bangalore doesn't treat you very well. So either you should have dropped out or you should have done something crazy to be worthy, right? Normal, average college passed out, students, they really don't get things. But from that idea, 9 years down the line, to that idea being conceptualized into a product, seeing all my customers in the first row, seeing the team that we have built carefully with our own product through assessments, interviews, whatnot, in the same room, right? That feeling cannot be expressed into words. Founders will definitely understand, I believe, right? It is a very emotional moment, right? And today, actually, Xobin is one of the top 5 skill assessment platforms in the world, both in terms of the volume of assessments we have done and in revenue, right? And with customer support. So, for example, if you go to G2 or any top rating software and search for assessment software, the company that will have the most good feedback for customer support, right, is going to be Xobin. Right. So I am super happy about that, and I think I want to give the credits to my co-founder, right? So Amrit's vision in Xobin was, right, Guru, I don't care what product you build, do whatever you want. They will get the best service in the world. They'll get the best support in the world, right? And he made sure that every customer is VIP, right? So. And that is actually our DNA, right? But to all the HRs here, I'm going to share my insight on as to entrepreneurs, how we write our own playbook in surviving, right? I think that's going to be very important. So, because AI is threatening a lot of our jobs for us, for our teammates, right? We don't know what's happening, right? And every time we speak about this, we get anxious, a lot of things, right? But I'm going to be telling you how to write a playbook to survive this, right? From my experience, right? So take it in face value, don't take it too seriously, but I'm going to give it a go, right? Don't worry, I didn't trick you to come to a sales presentation. I'll just take 5 minutes of your time, purely in my entrepreneurial spirit. I want to show my role model and inspiration. It's not Steve Jobs, right? So, okay, this is a character called Jack Sparrow, okay? So, from one of my favorite movies. So, the quote goes, the only rules that matter are these, right? What a man can do and what a man can't do. Not sure if it makes sense to everybody, right? But it is very deep, right? Because as founders, we only have guidelines. Rules are mere guidelines, right? There is no right or wrong. We can be flexible and create our own future, right? Now, I think it's going to be very apt in the age of AI. How do we handle AI? Right? In one hand, we all know candidates are creating resume with AI. They are cheating your assessments with AI, right? AI itself is doing the job. It is doing their job, our job. How do we handle this, right? So every time I go, whenever a situation comes, I see 3 people. Let's imagine this situation, okay? There is a big wave that is approaching, a tsunami kind of a wave. 3 gentlemen, let's assume, 2 or 3. One gentleman will say, in my 20 years of experience, I've seen so many waves. These waves never actually become tsunami. They will crash and they will disappear. You wait, you just stand here. I've seen many things in life. Typical, gentleman. Second guy will say, this wave is so huge, man. We are gone, right? We'll just face it and it's okay. Life has an end, right? How long will it keep going? The third gentleman will actually run, right? Because he doesn't want to actually, follow any philosophy. He just thinks logically and he does whatever I have to do right now, I'll do, right? So, hi Nikunj. So, the third gentleman is what we actually have to do, right? So we can't be philosophical and say that AI will come, AI will go, right? What am I going to do right now? Okay. So now with recruitment, what are the two challenges? If I ask you, many of you will say from your experience, sourcing is difficult. Naukri and LinkedIn don't work. Very poor candidates coming from Internshala, very poor candidates coming from Naukri, Intern. We don't know what to do. It is same. It will be one of the most common criticisms, right? But from our experience, I'm breaking down this into two problems. It's actually hiding, so I'll just read the two problems. Identical profiles, and then candidate integrity issues. By identical profiles, what I mean is, everybody would have faced this. All resumes will look same. True or false? Can I hear a yes? Yes. All profiles will look same. A candidate from IIT also goes to ChatGPT and says, for this JD, create a resume. A candidate from SRM also will do the same, right? Who's actually you're going to hire? Okay. 200 profiles, you'll get 200 profiles. You will not use AI because you don't believe in AI. You may feel that you're using a ATS that has resume parser. What is the point of it parsing a resume created by ChatGPT? It's pointless, right? The second issue is integrity issue with candidates. Candidates are actually in search of jobs because job security is a huge issue right now, and they cheat the test. There are a lot of SaaS platforms that help them cheat the test. Okay, they copy and all those things. These are the two fundamental problems in recruitment, broadly, right? And how are we solving it at Xobin? I'm going to use another word that you might have heard a lot of time, right? Here's the thing. We all have taken assessments in our entire life. In the first format, we took it in paper pen. And then we started taking it in online assessment platforms, right? Next 10 years, it will happen via agents. Agents are the future of interacting with candidates, right? Now, immediately you will say they don't work well, they make a lot of bugs. All those we know, right? But it will get better. 100% is getting better, right? From someone who's developing it, the last 2 months alone, believe me or not, we have actually deployed over 11,000 AI interviews, right? To multiple people, right? For even senior roles and junior roles, right? And it is working fantastically well. Right? Now, the best part about the single AI interview agent is, over 9 years, we built several small modules in Xobin. It is doing everything. There's nothing it's not doing, actually, right? Adaptive interviews, it does great. Psychometric assessments, right? It has figured out a very unique way of asking personalized questions to every candidate based on their resume. Whether it is a Big 5 or a 16 PF or our own custom proprietary psychometric assessment, right? Given in an adaptive format, it takes the data of the candidate's resume and it beautifully conducts the assessment, right? Coding assessment is a myth because Cursor is the real coder in every company, right? But still, that doesn't mean we should not really check the coding skills of candidate. And the AI agents actually throw really interesting challenges, right? It also checks the level of prompting of the candidate, right? And it does a great job in checking their coding skills. Same goes for aptitude test, role fitment test, all the other assessments in Xobin. But most importantly, it checks whether the candidate is cheating or not. And trust me, and this works great because, and I can guarantee you that, right? We have developed over 10 levels of proctoring. Okay? So, and the 10th level, in short, we have built a custom browser called as Zolock, right? Engineering team, shout out, please. You guys built it, Thank you so much. So, Zolock basically considers your laptop as its. You can't do anything after you open. And your webcam, it's going to completely scan everything around you and ensure that the integrity of the assessment is maximum. And the best part is, every question is going to be different and the answers are going to be checked whether it is given by AI or human, right? And the only product right now we are developing is this. Ensure, because everything else the AI agents take care, to be frank. The only core technology that we are doubling down on Xobin every single time is ensuring that the integrity of the assessment is high, right? Proctoring is the best IP of Xobin, right? And all of this is administered by the single AI interview agent, right? Now, this, for over 9 years, we have helped you guys in do one thing better, hire better, thanks to the feedback of Arun, Jagan, right, Magic Recruit, right, and everyone else, Manjula, for speaking, right? So I was very emotional when you said, but fact is, we have helped many customers hire better, right? And many recruitment decisions has been made by Xobin, right? And we will continue to do that, right? But here's the thing, right? Apart from recruitment, once when someone comes to your office, does it get over? Skills are changing very fast inside the organization, and it is getting obsolete very, very fast. We all learned something called N8N yesterday in our training program. You guys remember or you forgot? Right. But that will become obsolete 6 months down the line because the next model will make it obsolete. Had it been 6 years before, we would have crafted a course in N8N and that skill assessment will be there. We would have hired a subject matter expert, and as a next step, we would have hired a sample set of candidates to take up. We would have crafted the difficulty level. We would have done all our scientific process in crafting and assessment and done. But now what's the point when the skill is going to get depleted in 6 months' time, right? The skills are getting, the skills, the candidate, the employees, they have to upskill, right? And you'll have to retain them also. Starting this year, we are focusing not on recruitment intelligence alone, right? We are focusing on talent intelligence across the entire employee's life cycle, right? And we believe we understand how organizations work at different scales, at different countries work right now, right? And we work with experts at a day-to-day basis, right? We are doing two things alongside our hire better goal: engage deeper and retain longer, right? We are fine-tuning our existing AI agents to ensure that you can foster good relationship with your employees through surveys, through frequent assessments, through continuous assessments, etc., and ensure that you retain them much longer, right? And all these modules we are calling as Xobin 360. 360 signifies that this talent intelligence is not just for recruitment, but for the entire employee life cycle, right? And the 4 core products that are already live and it will become live in all your accounts in the coming week is 360-degree assessments, employee happiness surveys, AI-driven engagement surveys, and skill assessments for your employees. Because tomorrow, instead of N8N, that could be N9N, and we'll be the first person introducing that skill and checking whether they have it or not, right? So, coming almost to the end of my session, I've done all my sales classes, etc., right? But I just want to leave you guys with one note. Delaying AI adoption is like postponing your dentist visit. The longer you wait, the more painful and expensive it becomes, right? This is so true, right? Don't be the first guy who says that the wave will fade, okay? You won't be relevant by the time this happens, right? Your jobs are going to change, right? So the solution may be perfect. It may not work right now, but we'll have to adopt it, right? And the best part is, at Xobin, we want to help you do it, right? See, SaaS, I believe, is undergoing a major change. Previously, we'll say one size fits all, okay? Whatever we build, you have to use. That's what we will push you. But we are changing that approach, right, and we are actually customizing our product to suit your existing workflow. Let's say you have a learning and development program, and you want to bring in Xobin's agents to do continuous skill assessments or 360-degree assessments. We are going to ensure that we fit our product to your needs, right, rather than vice versa, right? We're going to customize and rebuild the product to ensure that it fits your organization so that it can get started immediately. The solution is not cheap at all, okay? But I can guarantee you it's not too expensive, okay? So, as someone rightly said, we have super innovative pricing models, right? And you can trust us, just check our Google reviews, guys, Okay, so for those of you who are here, take a photo of this slide, right? And you can ask someone from your team to scan the QR code and fill up this form. We'll give you a virtual tour of our product, right? It's not a demo or because I don't believe product demo. Product demo means we have to demo only what I already have. But what we want to demo to you is a solution that will work for your organization. Meaning when we come for the demo itself, we will build the product that will work for your organization. Because building new products don't take time these days. Give us a shot, right? And with that, I'd like to end my speech. And thank you so much for patiently listening. And I'll hand the stage back to Nancy.